Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we come to you today to praise and worship you and give you thanks for all the things you continue to provide for ourselves and our families. Father, we humbly ask for forgiveness for all the times you have offended you. Continue to guide and protect us, Lord. Bestow upon us your unending grace and healing, that we may in turn become instruments of gentleness and compassion to others. We ask all this in the name of your Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, with prayer and intercession of our Blessed Mother. Amen.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اللهم اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. اللهم وحد صفوفنا بين المسلمين والنصارى واللوماد إلى صراطك المستقيم. اللهم امنحهم العيش بالأمن والسلامة والتنمية المستدامة في مدينة دافاو. اللهم لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Amoy nen manama kami gimot tolangon, manotod kakaroson no, si koikaw kami dokul tolangon, way migtumpi to tano, si koikaw kami bohoy to pagpianan tolangon na maotaw, pusako kapusong no, kana akong to pabulos koy, o agbuyo koikaw, way bohoy kat pabor, kahalaan, kalinaw, to kanami, no pag-ugpo, way kasabo ka koy, oyot kalambo. Kay kuro tamana kakodin panubado yung pag-ampo, kaupianan igbahoy no, way kakoy kong ingono, way kahalaan ka lang.
She bears within the mountains and the hills that stand along the clean and gentle waters. The lovely and united people bring their voices now. Mimaropa, a realizing dream, a haven for all the living soul, higher for the world to see. Your Highness of heaven, with you to our hearts belong. Mimaropa, brightly shining home. Every ray of the golden sun brings a bountiful tomorrow. Every sweat shed for the land vanishes the signs of sorrow. For we are a growing family who works to reach the way in glory. We share the love this world to reach and Mimaropa our home. Mimaropa, a realizing dream, a haven for all the living soul, higher for the world to see. How great your Highness are given with you to our hearts belong. Mimaropa, brightly shining home.
mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Be a MOP member in the region of Mimaropa. Join MOP, the Multimedia Arts Association of the Philippines, and be part of the first organization in the country that represents the various sectors of the multimedia industry. Get access to upskilling workshops and seminars, increase your professional network, experience a new level of professional engagements, and immerse in collaborative projects. Ready to join? Fill out the form to be part of MOP for the region of Mimaropa. MOP Mimaropa is a chapter of the Multimedia Arts Association of the Philippines.
So good morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. Can you hear me? Good morning. And again, so good morning, everyone. Ayan, good morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. And ayan, okay. Thank you so much po for your response. Ayan, so a pleasant morning to each and one of you. So welcome to our webinar for this morning entitled Creating a Visually Engaging Presentation Using MS PowerPoint. So I hope that everyone and each and one of you already had your breakfast or you have your coffee besides you. And before we start, I guess our webinar today, may I ask everyone if all of you are proficient already with MS PowerPoint, or if not, so just kindly interact with our chat box if you're proficient or a novice. Okay. So with regards for the e-certificate, yes, you will receive an e-certificate for this webinar. So we will show the evaluation form before the end of this session in order for you to receive your e-certificates. So for the evaluation form, later this session po namin isasend or ipapakita yung QR code for you to have your evaluation form and at the same time the attendance for this webinar. So as far as I've seen, somewhat proficient, sakto langs, okay? And not so proficient po, sir. Novice, a bit proficient, average po. Need more info, okay? Basic knowledge of PowerPoint, average if say so, not proficient po. Sir D. Balata, not proficient po, okay? So throughout this webinar, we're going to have we may not cover all of those functions on PowerPoint, but we're going to create for this webinar an engaging or visually engaging presentations that will be very useful for each and one of you when you're doing your presentations or your projects for specific presentations that you're going to do. And I know that this webinar will be beneficial to each and one of you, as this will be a great discussion that will be given to us by our resources speaker. But before that, let me first introduce myself. If you haven't known me yet, for those doesn't know me yet, so I am Julie Sapienza Ala, so the lead organizer and coordinator of Dimaap ni Marapa. And also this webinar is a collaboration with DICT Oriental Mentor and Insa Marketing Corporation. So, and also I will be your moderator for this webinar. So let's make this an engaging one and a great session for us to learn new things, as this is the sixth training or webinar of Mabi Marapa for this year. So every month we are having a webinar. So we are hoping to see you all again for the upcoming ones that we will have. So we ask for around what time we can end. So we are expected to end this by 12. But it depends on the presentations of our resources speaker for this morning. So again, as far as I've seen, we have here a knowledge about the MS PowerPoint from basic, intermediate, and advanced. So we are hoping to have you learn new things for this session. But before that, let me first introduce our resources speaker this morning. But again, this session is not live on Facebook, as I cannot see the live stream for the Zoom right now. But this session is on recording. So we will send out recording for the recording for this session once we send out the certificates. So with that, let me first introduce our resources speaker this morning for us to have the discussion entitled Creating a Visually Engaging Presentation Using MS PowerPoint. So our resources speaker today is an award-winning entries to digital poster making contest and photography. So she is a Harvard ex-Harvard University, or she gained a course certificate on energy with environmental constraints on Harvard ex-Harvard University, a top 5 and outstanding student organization officer awardee of the Knight Gawad Pablo Bourbon, and the top 6 10 outstanding students awardee of Batangas State University from the year 2023. She is a former technical committee member of SIAPA Student Council, a former vice president for documentation and public information officer of JIIEE of Batangas State University chapter. She is also a Philippine delegate of Asia Youth International Model United Nations 2021 and a media and broadcaster committee member of the 30th Southeast Asian Games. So currently, she is a creative associate of Fatboy Creatives and also currently a board passer of electrical engineering and also a registered mechanical engineering, if I am not mistaken, for the meaning of RME. So ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased and honored to welcome our resource speaker this morning, none other than Engineer Janelle S. Alveira. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning po. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am. Yes po. If I am not mistaken, the pronunciation po of your name is Janelle.
Yes po. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So a pleasant morning to each and one of you. And I'm pleased and honored to welcome our resource speaker today. I'm going to give the floor to Ma'am Janelle for your presentation this morning.
Thank you po. So let me present my presentation. Ayan. Nakikita na po ba na everyone?
Yes po, ma'am. Yes.
Ayan. So, kayo ang hindi ko nakikita for today. Ayun. We'll start na po, Sir Julius.
Yes po, ma'am. Yes po.
Okay. So, good morning, everyone. Thank you po, Sir Julius Saala, for the introduction. And yes, I am Engineer Janelle Alvera, fresh passer ng REE. Kahit I studied sa Batangas State University, galing din ako sa Mimaropa region from Calapan City, Oriental, Mindoro. And I would also like to take the opportunity to thank MAAP, Mimaropa, or the Multimedia Arts Association of the Philippines, Mimaropa, most especially to our chairman, our president, Sir Julius Aala. And yeah, thank you. And also, big shout out to Fatboy Creatives, as I am one of the associate creatives, creative associate of Fatboy Creatives. Yeah. So I would like to also invite you all. Kasi kahit ako, I am a member of MAAP Mimaropa. So maganda dito guys, as you can see, meron tayong monthly webinars. And hopefully someday magkaroon tayo ng face-to-face technical seminars or gathering para makita naman natin ang isa't isa together sa Mimaropa. And okay, let's proceed. Yan. Let's go. Let's do this. So, ang ating topic for today is creating a visually engaging presentation. Alam ko naman na ang mga nandito is very mga professional working and siguro may mga students din. So, shout out siguro sa mga nakita ko kanina na from mga institution, yung mga sa DSWD, PPA, PMO, BSU, ADNPH. Yung BSU ba na to is Batangas State? Kasi doon ako nanggaling. So, hello sa inyo. LGU Jensen, TNHS, DWCC, Private Employees, Technical Institute of Iloilo. So, ang layo ng naabot ng webinar natin ito. So, thank you for attending and sana po maging member kayo ng MAAP para sa ating future engagements, sabi nga ni Sir Julius Saala, and sa NPC. So, yon. Hello po sa inyo. Sana may matutunan kayo after this presentation. So, our topic is creating a visually engaging presentation. Ano nga ba ang presentation? So, ginagamit natin to mapa sa informal, sa formal presenting, kahit sa school, kahit noon pa mang nag-aaral tayo, kahit ngayong working na, is that gamit na gamit talaga tong presentation. Hindi natin mapagkakailan na ang presentation is part na talaga ng skills na need sa pag-work. And even as a student, marami tayong matututunan as a student kasi talagang hinahasa tayo even before na mag-present, wag mahiya, and to create a visually engaging presentation. And before that, before proceeding to ang ating main na i-discuss today, which is MS PowerPoint, we must first know where and when do we present presentations? So, ito, makikita nyo sa screen, is that a picture of cave paintings before? Konting history lang, konting background lang for us to know, and malaman natin kung saan nga ba nagsimula, saan nanggaling ang presentation. Kasi before, kahit before, ang mga ancient people, gumagamit na sila ng presentation as way of informing, giving information, and giving pagpapakita kung ano nga ba ang nangyayari sa kanila noon pa man. And in this way, kanilang pagpe-present, gumagamit sila ng kung ano mang nasa paligid nila. Pinapakita nila kung anong nakikita nila. For example, yung mga ito is siguro ito is rock na nasa cave. At nakikita mo dito sa left side is mga tao, and sa right side is yung mga hayop, sa baba, mga hayop. Ito ay pagpapakita nila, ito ang way ng presenting nila kung ano nga ba ang nasa paligid nila. And the next one is the chalkboards. Even before 40,000 BC up until today, ginagamit itong chalkboard to present. Ito ang ginagamit ng mga teachers natin sa pag-represent sa atin. Noong tayo nag-aaral pa, gamit na gamit ito, but due to sustainable reasons, minsan iniiwasan na to at nag-transition na tayo into modern modern tools para makatipid din. And as far as I know, merong before, or I am not sure kung up until today, is that binibigyan ng fund ng DepEd ang mga teachers for chalks, kasi ito nga ang ginagamit sa daily lives ng mga teachers. And next is flipboards. Ang flipboards ay ginagamit natin sa pagpe-present, kagaya ng nasa picture. Ginagamit siya sa offices, and even sa school, ginagamit din to sa pagpe-present. Pwede din natin i-incorporate ang flipboard sa Manila paper, sa cartolina na ginagamit natin para mag-present, which is pwede tayong magsulat, pwede tayong mag-draw. Ayun. Pero the latest at ang pinakagamit na gamit ngayon, kagaya ng ating ginagawa, is PowerPoint presentations. Ito ay part ng Microsoft Suite, and ito ay ginagamit kasi ito ay sustainable at hindi na kailangan ng mga papel na alam naman natin nagmula sa ating mga puno. And further on, malalaman natin kung bakit nga ba ito ang ginagamit natin and paano ba natin siya magagamit in a useful way and effective way para may deliver natin ang message natin, at the same time, hindi sila, unlike before, na gumagamit ng chalk or ng mga Manila paper, ma-attract natin yung kanilang attention dahil sa ating presentation. So, dahil alam na natin ang history ng presentations, alam naman natin na ang PowerPoint is that very helpful talaga siya. So, marami siyang advantage. But still, even in these modern times, marami pa rin siyang cons or yung mga disadvantages. And even, important na malaman natin yung mga disadvantages in order for us to avoid or at all na maiwasan or ma-prevent natin yung mga pwedeng mag-arise na problems during our presentation. So, we'll proceed now to the 5 advantages of using PowerPoint. So, sa advantages, marami itong advantages ang PowerPoint presentations, but we only picked 5 advantages of using PowerPoint presentation. First is that it's visual appeal. Ayun. Dito sa PowerPoint presentation, hindi tayo malilimitahan sa ating pag-design, sa ating pagpili kung ano ba ang color, kung ano bang font, wala tong bayad. And sa visual appeal, pwede tayo mag-incorporate ng different designs na available naman siya online. And pag visual appeal, malilesen natin dito ang mga boredom, kagaya ng pwedeng ma-create during pag meron tayong mga puro sulat, yung bang puro sulat. And sa visual appeal, pwede tayong mag-insert ng mga videos na pwedeng mag-entertain sa ating mga audience. And next is organization and structure. Sa organization and structure, kagaya niyan, bulleted ang ating 5 advantages. Pwede natin siyang i-organize and sa structured naman, kasi prepared na ang PowerPoint presentations before pa natin siya i-present. So, kapag tayo ay magpe-present, syempre dapat beforehand, meron tayong structured na flow para kapag ipapresent na natin, meron na tayong structured presentation and organized presentation. And next is flexibility. Hindi ito yung yung nagbe-bend. Hindi, joke lang. Kidding aside. Ang flexibility is that pwede tayong mag-insert ng mga videos, photo, charts. Alam natin na gamit talaga lalo na sa mga offices. Kahit sa mapa-public o mapa-private, ang ating mga charts, ating mga pie graph, line graph, bar graph, gamit na gamit talaga siya. And if before, isipin naman natin kung yung ginagawa ngayon is yung ginagawa pa before sa caveman, is that mahirap siya i-draw. Unlike ngayon, insert lang ng mga information and percentage, tapos kaya na natin i-interpret. Very flexible talaga ang PowerPoint presentation. Sa isang snap lang natin, kaya na natin mag-create ng bar graph, line graph, na if i-compare din sa chalkboard or sa flipboards, is that time-consuming. At yun ang iniiwasan natin. And thanks to PowerPoint presentations talaga, sobrang bilis na nowadays ng paggagawa ng charts, pag-insert ng videos and ng pictures. And ang pag-insert naman ng pictures and videos, very available naman siya online. So, yun, flexible ang PowerPoint presentation natin. And next is time management. Ang time management is pag nag-prepare ka ng PowerPoint presentation, syempre beforehand, dapat prepared ka na and dapat na-practice mo na ang presentation. And with this time management, hindi ka madedelay or ma-overtime kasi na-practice mo na siya and controlled mo yung situation. And in this topic, in this time management na specific, is that hindi ka magagahol sa oras. Control mo siya. Next is audience engagement. Actually, hindi ko kayo nakikita. So, hindi ko alam kung nakikinig ba kayo. So, ayun. Ang audience engagement, if presenting PowerPoint presentation, may limitation, yan nga, may limitation siya sa online, but still, if face-to-face, ang audience engagement is very important to PowerPoint presentations kasi pwede kang makipag-usap, proximity, parang ganon. And also, including your audience as part of your PowerPoint presentation. So, meron kayong connection. So, one of the advantage of PowerPoint presentation. Marami pang advantage na pwede tayong sabihin with the use of PowerPoint presentation. But eto nga yung 5 main: visual appeal, organization and structure, flexibility, time management, audience engagement. So we will now proceed sa disadvantage. Kung iisipin natin, 'di ba, parang may disadvantage ba ang PowerPoint presentation? Parang ganun. Kasi compare talaga before, very helpful siya. But ito ang 5 cons or the disadvantage of using PowerPoint presentation. First is over-reliance on slides. Siguro ngayon natuto na talaga tayo if working na sa life. Ayun. Kung nagtatrabaho na tayo, siguro alam na natin talaga to kasi ulit-ulit na natin tong sinasabi sa mga pagkapag tayo nagpe-present is that don't over-rely on slides. Pero ayun nga, hindi natin may iwasan kasi nandiyan na ang PowerPoint presentation. Ang nangyayari kasi sa over-reliance sa slides is that, for example, pinag-report ka, history of your company. So, mag-report ka. Ang ginawa mo, nakita mo yung history, Nakita mo yung history ng inyong company. So, kinopy-paste mo and yun, habang nandun na siya sa screen, nilagay mo lahat sa isang slide. So, nandun na lahat. Ang ginawa mo is that ng binasa mo lang, gano'n. Hindi ka nag-review, hindi mo beforehand, hindi mo binasa. So, hindi mo siya na-explain. Ang ginawa mo lang is kinopy-paste. So, babasahin mo lang, ipapresent, that's all. That's PowerPoint. That's also a PowerPoint presentation, but still, over-reliance sa slides natin is hindi din maganda. Try to use bulleted form or as much as possible, maximum 7 lines sa isang slide para hindi siya mag-overcrowd and para unli naman 'tong slides, wala naman 'tong bayad. So, pwede natin siyang i-maximize. And next is information overload. Iyon, kagaya dun sa kanina kong example, kapag, ang isang topic ay nilagay natin lang sa isang slide at all, tapos hindi naman natin siya plinan na structured, plinan na organized, syempre mag-o-overload yan lalo na kapag naka-paragraph form. So try to minimize talaga yung pag-paragraph ng ating mga information kasi lalo na kapag PowerPoint kasi hindi siya gano'n ka-catchy sa eye, lalo siyang alam mo yun, nakakatamad basahin. Sana nag-iba na lang na platform, parang gano'n. Parang print na lang if same lang din pala yung makikita mo sa printed material. Next is technical difficulties. Ayan, kagaya niyan. Mali yung spelling ng difficulties. Meron tayong may mga difficulties sa PowerPoint presentation. But ang tinutukoy dito na technical difficulties is that, for example, ang gamit ko is PC, computer. If magkaroon ng power interruption, mawawala ako as a presenter. Tapos kapag kayo naman, mawawala kayo sa ating webinar. So pag nag-send ng attendance, so hindi kayo makakapag-attendance kasi one of the disadvantage siya ng presentations na online is that ayun, makaka-result siya sa technical difficulties. And also, isa din sa mga technical difficulties na pwede nating ma-encounter is that kagaya na in-explain ko kanina, ang ginagamit ngayon is projector. Hindi naman siya always available and for large crowd, large audience, and big rooms, important talaga ang projectors, ang big screens. Kasi sobrang dalang naman as of today pa ng mga TV na malalaki. So, talagang ang gamit na gamit, lalo na sa mga public or private, is that projector. Kung wala tayong projector, tapos naka-laptop, tapos ang audience natin, kanina, ang nakita kong ating naka-join sa ating Zoom is parang nasa 200 na. So kung ito ay is face-to-face, hindi ko alam, hindi ko sure kung ilan na kasi hindi ko kayo nakikita guys. Gusto kong kayong kausapin pero hindi ko talaga kayo nakikita. So, ayun, 200 kanina. So hopefully pataas pa tayo. And yun, kapag face-to-face, hindi talaga tapos naka-laptop, for example, naka-laptop. Ngayon naka-laptop ako. If ipe-present ko siya sa inyo, tapos kayo naka 200 people, hindi ko ma-assure. Actually, assured ako na hindi niyo talaga makikita. Kasi maliit lang yung laptop, tapos marami kayo. Siyempre may mga nasa likod, something like that. Unlike dito sa online, yun ang ating mga kalaban, ang internet. I mean, yun, also, internet connection and the power interruption. Marami talaga tayong disadvantage using PowerPoint presentation, most specifically sa technical difficulties. And next is lack of adaptability. Hindi tayo makaka-adapt sa pagpe-present kasi for example, kuwari may tanong kayo, pero I am willing na kung magtatanong kayo, just chat me siguro kasi hindi ka talaga kayo nakikita. Ayun. ah, sa lack of adaptability, for example, may question kayo, prepared na tong PowerPoint presentation. For example, ah, gusto niyo magtanong, ma'am, paano po mag-i-insert ng video sa PowerPoint presentation? Ano pong sites ang pwede kong puntahan para sa mga font? Ano pong site ang pwede kong puntahan para sa mga quality pictures, quality photos? Ayun, kunwari, nagtanong kayo ng gano'n. So, ang PowerPoint presentation is that hindi ko siya mape-present at the same time, yung mga gano'ng question, kasi hindi siya adaptable. Parang kailangan ko pa ulit gumawa ng bagong presentation or ma-interrupt yung ating presentation as of now kasi may tanong. Parang limited lang siya, gano'n. Hindi siya puwedeng adapt sa kung anong question or anong hindi natin na-tackle. Parang kung ito lang, kung presentation lang. Walang hindi lalabas do'n. 'Yun, gano'n. And next is potential boredom. Ayan na. Ayan na nga ba ang sinasabi natin. Prone talaga ang PowerPoint presentation sa boredom. So, sana hindi pa kayo bored kasi at sana kapag umagahan na kayo para hindi kayo gano'n nagugutom kasi lalong nakaka-bored kapag gutom. Tapos may nakikinig ka. So, sana kumain na kayo talaga. And 'pag nagpe-present, para maiwasan 'to, yun nga, don't use paragraph form. Always yung thought lang, naka-bullet form, and explain it na lang. Kesa nandun ang, for example, nilagay ko lahat ang meaning ng over-reliance sa slide. Nilagay ko ang meaning. Parang kayo na magbasa, parang ganon. Tapos, o kaya over-reliance na basahin ko lang din. So, dapat sinend ko na lang sa inyo, tapos binasa nyo lang, something like that. So, prone talaga siya sa boredom. Kaya, gumagawa tayo ng ways in order for our presentation na maging attractive at the same time to catch the attention of the audience or the viewers na ating kausap. And may iwasan naman natin tong disadvantages na to by not doing the things na nasabi ko earlier. Huwag tayong gumawa ng paragraph form. Assure din natin na ang ginagamit nating fonts, ginagamit nating colors is bagay dun sa ating ipepresent. And huwag tayong masyadong mag-overload ng mga ilalagay sa ating presentation, mapa words, mapa phrases, mapa paragraph, or even paglalagay ng graph, pictures, or videos. Huwag natin siyang pag-isahin sa isang slide because yun nga, only naman tong slide. So, huwag nating tipirin. Ayan. And after knowing the advantage and disadvantages of making PowerPoint presentation, so ito ay ang next natin is creating your first visually engaging PowerPoint. Ito ay normally mga tips on how to create a visually engaging presentation. So let's proceed. Steps in creating your PowerPoint. Itong PPT is yung extension ng PowerPoint presentation. Baka lang may mga students tayo na hindi pa aware. So PPT, yung .ppt. And first step is to plan your content. Siyempre, beforehand, dapat prepared na tayo before pa natin siya gawin sa PowerPoint presentation. Meron na tayong structured na i-insert sa ating PowerPoint presentation. Meron na tayong storyboard para hindi tayo ganun kahirap, lalo na isipin pa natin ang Actually, sa paggagawa ng PowerPoint presentation, hindi lang naman siya about content. Kasi, yun, isa sa mga things to consider is that yung branding. For example, ito, yellow, blue, white. So, stick to that na lang. And in planning for your content, dapat hindi siya yung paragraph form. Try to minimize the words and insert pictures, insert graphs, insert videos. Yon. Always do that para hindi siya raw. ganon. Hindi super, yun nga, caught natin yung attention ng ating mga audience, yung ating mga viewers. And next is, choose a consistent design theme. Dahil tayo ay nasa multimedia arts, kailangan natin, lalo na yung mga working talaga, very needed to. Dahil sa pagpapresent, dapat, ayun, yung disadvantage, pwedeng mag-result sa boredom. Paano kung ang pinagpapresenta natin is that yung talagang client or mataas sa atin? So, di ba, dapat try to impress. Sa pagde-design, dapat wag yung ano, actually meron naman tayong meron tayong mga templates. Try using that sa PowerPoint presentation. May mga online website din na makakapag-create ka na, mga AI, na makakapag-create ka na in an instant ng appealing na presentation. But now we are focusing sa MS PowerPoint. So, let's focus on that na lang. For the branding and identity reminders, first is consistent color scheme. And under that is brand colors content readability. And under this, brand colors, kung mapapansin naman natin, 'di ba, sa mga successful businesses, very consistent talaga sila sa mga colors. For example, ang pure gold. Kahit naman siya ay pure gold, ang kanyang consistency na color is that green, never na gold, something like that. So, dapat consistent tayo sa brand colors. Ang BDO, ganon. Blue, never nag-pink. Consistent din sila. Kasi yun ang yun na yung kagaya niyan, branding and identity. So yun yung identity nila. Sa Jollibee, red. Never naman silang never din nag-green. Ganon. Content readability. Sa color scheme, under ng color scheme na readability, ini-include nito yung mga color font colors natin. For example, light color ka as a background. Syempre, hindi ka magla-light color as sa font colors mo. Kasi hindi siya talaga makikita. And pag nag-dark naman ang iyong background, syempre huwag dark color din kasi lalong may hilo ang mga mga viewers natin. And sa paggagawa naman ng ganun, for example, present mo siya through projector. So, may mga light, for example, sobrang maaga. So, kapag ang ginamit mo is light color as a background, tapos light color as a font color, hindi siya readable. So, ayan, kagaya niyan. White background, tapos ang ating font is that blue and yellow. So, yun. Marami naman tayong pagpipili ang colors. So, try to use the right color for our presentation as always. And be consistent. For example, ang ating logo is yellow. Don't use red na as background or as a design kasi stick to what color na lang. Kasi ang parang logo, ang center ng ating colors, ng ating basis ng ating color, tsaka ng ating mga fonts. So, try to focus on that sa color ng ating logo. If may logo kayo. For example, sa for example, sa BSU, sa Bat State U, red siya. So, ang mga design natin is red. Ganon. Kung ano mang color ng inyong, for example, sa LGU, every LGU, di ba? I mean, may mga color ang ginagamit sa mga LGU. Tapos sa mga private establishments. So, alam niya yan. May mga codes din yan eh. Kasi kapag yellow, hindi lang naman siya yellow na, isang yellow lang eh. Pag blue, hindi lang siya isang blue. Maraming blue. So, dapat alam niyo din yung code nung color na yun. Kasi yun ang gagamitin nyo for the rest of the presentation. Kasi pag gumamit ka ng, for example, sa Jollibee, ginawa mong dark red, super dark red. Parang Jollibee ba yan? Parang gano'n. Parang makikita mo, parang scam ba yan? Joke time ba yan? Ganon. So, be consistent sa color scheme natin. Next is typography. Brand fonts, hierarchy, and emphasis. For typography, meron tayong available websites sa internet na free naman siya. For example ay thefont.com, doon lang ako kumukuha ng font. So, kung may alam kayo ay nice. Yun, okay yun. Kasi syempre pag daming alam mong website ng pagkukuhanan ng font, pag flexible ng ng presentation, pag ganda, hindi naman ibig sabihin ng pagdami ng font na ginamit mo ay pagganda ha. I mean, marami kang choices. Depende sa iyong topic. Kung formal ba, kung informal, kung jolly, kung ano lang, yung normal presentation lang, yung parang gusto mo lang talagang mag-present or lalo na kapag pinag-present ka sa harap ng maraming tao na i-discuss mo ang topic na inassign sa'yo, tapos kaharap ang maraming boss or matataas sa'yo. Kailangan, dapat prepared ka na formal ang gamitin mo. And next is, isa pa pala sa brand fonts. Alam niyo ba yung yung nakita niyo na ba yung I want you na word sa Facebook ba? Sa Facebook nga ata. Yung I want you. Kapag gumamit ka ng chiller, parang creepy, nakakatakot yung I want you. Parang iba yung message na gusto niya i-convey. So, dapat kinoconsider din natin yung message na gusto natin i-convey. I want you, tapos naka-chiller. Try nyo i-type yung I want you. Ayun. Kung ano ang ginagamit nyo ngayon na Microsoft. Wag lang sa Excel Kasi hindi nyo makikita yon. Ayun. Try nyo sa Word or sa PowerPoint yung I want you. Tapos chiller. Yun. Nakakatakot siya. Tapos creepy. Pero kapag nilagay mo siya sa letter, tapos I want you, part siya ng isang letter, tapos i-type mo siya sa, for example, Arial. O, ganon. Wala, parang nag-convey siya na formal, na I'm serious, ganon. Na I want you, something like that. Pero kapag chiller, para kang creepy person. Kapag yan ang ginamit mo as a letter, sa font letter, font ng isang letter. Ayun. Next is hierarchy and emphasis. Sa hierarchy and emphasis, meron tayong ginagamit. For example, dito sa taas, yung branding and identity reminders. Merong mga familiar ba kayo sa mga bold, extra bold? Hindi to bold na SPG joke lang. Yun, bold, extra bold, thin, medium, tsaka extra thin, yun, mga regular. Ginagamit natin siya para ma-highlight natin yung sino ba yung most important, least important, ganon. Yung hindi natin siya need na bigyan ng emphasis. Siyempre kapag need natin siya bigyan ng emphasis, larger, mas bold, ganon. And try to focus sa ating mga letters din kasi talagang siya yung magpapakita kung ano ba, parang kung magkakapantay yung branding and identity reminders, parang yung hindi siya ganun ka-attractive tingnan. Kasi doon mo din makakukuha ang attention and ma-attract ang mga audience mo sa typography. Kung may hierarchy and emphasis. Ayun. Next one is imagery and graphics. High-quality visuals and brand-specific elements. Sa high-quality visuals, marami din tayong available na website online. Kagaya ng pexels.com, ano pa ba? Ano pa bang ginagamit niyo? Ayan. Type niyo na lang para makita ng iba kung saan kayo kumukuha ng photo or videos na free. Siyempre, doon tayo sa free. Kung may premium accounts, better. Pero most of the time kasi, hindi naman tayo naggagawa ng presentation na nagbabayad pa tayo ng premium, di ba? So, type nyo guys kung saan kayo kumukuha ng high quality pictures and videos. And brand-specific elements. Dito makikita natin yung mga sa elements. For example, yun nga yung mga colors, mga positioning ng ating nakalagay sa ating PowerPoint presentation. Sa graphics, syempre, 'di ba sa PowerPoint naman, hindi naman very minimal lang yung design ng mga graphs, mga charts, graphs na available sa ating PowerPoint presentation. Pero editable naman siya. Pwede kang mamili if anong color, anong design. May mga templates na naman na available sa PowerPoint presentation. And even sa other Microsoft, available naman siya. Next is layout and alignment. The grid system and the white space. Though hindi siya masyado kapansin-pansin yung mga alignment, pero important talaga to. Kasi for example, sa grid system, meron tayong pinuput sa gitna, meron tayong sa left side or sa right side lang. But still important siya para ma-distinguish ng mga viewers kung kasi important siya din sa branding and identity. Kasi kung siya ay sa left lang. Kung siya ay sa right lang. At sa middle lang. And sa white space, just like sa nakikita nyo sa presentation, pag less ng design, pag ganda, pag formal, kung mapapansin nyo. Tapos ang white space, hindi naman siya literal na white. Basta meron siyang spaces available sa paligid. And wag natin, sinabi ko na unli ang paglalagay. Pwedeng pictures, pwedeng videos, pwedeng charts. But still, simplicity is beauty, di ba? Ayun. And wag nating i-overcrowd sa isang presentation ang mga graphs, pictures, kahit mga words. For example, ito, isipin nyo. Number 4, layout and alignment. Tapos nilagyan ko dyan ng mga sample, ng mga pictures ng grid system. Yun. Tapos wala na talaga kayo makita. Parang hindi nyo mafo-focus kung ano ba talaga yung dinidiscuss ko. Kung yung pictures ba, yung words ba, or yung kung ano man. Ayan. Next one is the consistent brand elements. For the consistent brand elements, logo system, brand voice, and tone. For this logo system, yun yan, na-discuss ko kanina. If may logo ka, make sure na doon mag-flow, doon iikot yung iyong discussion na tayo ay nasa branding and identity. Doon iikot yung design, font color, font size, font as itself na. And sa brand voice and tone, dito tinutukoy nito sa branding and identity yung for example, yung sa BDO, blue. Tapos formal. Hindi naman siya pwedeng magmukhang yung tone niya and voice is jolly. Kasi baka mamaya wala nang mag-deposit sa kanila. I-withdraw na lahat ng kanilang pera kasi nga parang ano ba, naglolokohan ba tayo? Something like that. Tapos sa Jollibee naman, for example, hindi siya pwedeng gawing serious kasi ang target audience is mga bata and we always give value sa ating mga audience at yun talaga yung main basis natin kung ang atin ba content is serious, jolly, or kung ano mang, depende sa ating main topic. So, dapat kinoconsider talaga natin to. And as always, kagaya kanina, consistent. Dapat consistent ka. Consistent ang brand elements, consistent ang color, consistent ang font. Kung ginamit mo from the start is, for example, Montserrat. Ayun. Try to, nagamitin mo siya at until the end. Kasi kapag paiba-iba ka, nag-Montserrat ka, tapos nag-Arial ka, tapos nag-Comic Sans ka, di ba? Parang magugulo ang ating patas. And kagaya nga nung kanina, consistency. Always be consistent. Huwag nating, sa pag-try natin kasi minsan napagandahin lalo ang isang PowerPoint presentation, nag-over na siya, overcrowded, over-design, over-color. May ganun ba? Nagagamit natin sobra and dapat limitahan lang din natin. And yun, be consistent sa pagbe-base sa ating logo system. So, after ng pag-choose natin ng consistent design team, nag-focus tayo doon kasi tayo naman ay nasa multimedia. So, dapat alam natin, kahit alam natin yung mga pagko-content, dapat alam din natin yung paggagawa ng design and all. Next is incorporate visual elements. Ito, nag-focus naman itong step na to sa paglalagay nga natin ng mga pictures, ng mga videos, ng mga graphs. For example kasi, kunwari binigyan ka ng data, for example sa PSA, binigyan ka ng data, 30% ng mga women ang kasal na at the age of ganito. So, pag inilagay mo siya, in-input mo siya, ang dami masyadong maraming numbers, for example, 30% ng mga women age 20 to 25 is already married, and the other 30% from ganyang age is that basta marami siyang marami siyang letters, marami siyang percent, marami siyang numbers. So, nakakalito. Pero kapag in-incorporate mo yung available sa PowerPoint presentation, which is yung graphs and tables, pwede mo siyang i-present as table or graph, tapos ikaw na lang yung mag-explain. Mas maganda yung ganun. At may iwasan natin yung pagkalito ng mga tao. You can give them printed material about dun sa data. But if you're presenting, I'm not advising na gamitan talaga yung mga words and numbers sa presentation. Just use tables and graphs kapag percentage. And sa mga video naman, wag natin gamitin yung mga sobrang labo kasi sayang naman yung presentation if sobrang labo, and lalo na yung may mga yung may mga logo sa gitna, may mga watermark, or yung hindi talaga at all mapapanood na kasi sobrang laki ng watermark sa gitna, kasi hindi siya free. Kasi 'di ba minsan tinatry nating i-download kahit hindi naman free. I mean, i-download kahit, yeah, hindi naman free. Tapos hindi naman tayo naka-premium. So, talagang nagsasuffer yung quality. And sa mga pictures, yon maraming available online. Kahit mismo sa Google, may mga malilinaw naman. But I advise na gamitin natin yung mga website na talagang nagpo-produce ng quality pictures, quality videos. Ayun. And next is use transitions and animations. Ito. Kung mapapansin nyo sa presentation ko, wala akong masyadong ginamit na transition. Though may animation. Animation. Hindi. I mean, walang animation. Transition is kagaya nito. Yung 1, 2, 3, 4. Yung 5 steps natin in creating your PowerPoint. Kasi sa mga formal events, it is important na i-lesson din natin yung mga transition and animations. Though maganda siya, kasi lalo na ako, personal, is that gumagamit talaga ako nito before, during my college days. Gamit na gamit ko talaga ang transitions and animations. Sino ba namang hindi, di ba, ma-amaze na sa mga nag-flip na ganon. So, ayun, maganda naman siya. Pero, try to, tingnan kung nasa formal ka ba, kung hindi, okay, use it. Pero kung nasa formal ka talaga, mas formal pa kapag next ka lang. Yung normal na next lang natin. And also, sa transition and animation, available siya sa PowerPoint presentations. May mga, as far as I know, may mga downloadable din if you want to have a premium ng mga transitions and animations. Pero ayun, may available naman siya sa offline ng PowerPoint presentation. And next is practice and refine. Kung titingnan natin, steps in creating PowerPoint, di ba? Parang ito is all about na presenting, but still part of PowerPoint presentation. Always practice and refine. Kung ang ating presentation is mahaba, practice mo na paikliin, and wag nating i-overcrowd. And sa pagpa-practice natin, kaya na nating malaman kung ano ba sasabihin ko sa gantong slide, kung dapat ko bang bawasan, kung dapat ko bang dagdagan, or may mga napapalayo na ba? Sa pag-refine naman natin, dapat alam natin kung anong kasunod, kung anong kasunod na mas maikli nating ma-express pero still the message is still there. And hindi natin siya, yung parang para lang mapaikli natin, mawawala na yung thought. So, wag namang wag namang dahil ina-explain ko na dapat maikli lang ang nakalagay sa presentation. Wag tayong maikli lang din yung presentation dahil maikli lang din yung nasa slides. So, try to explain it further. And kapag nag-practice tayo, malalaman natin kung ano nga ba ang pwede nating i-dig deeper pa sa isang topic na yun. And next, ito last topic na to, guys. Ayun. Presenting your PowerPoint. Dahil alam na natin yung actually natakal na natin yung history, natakal na natin yung when and where sa paggagawa ng PowerPoint presentations, branding, nalaman na natin yung mga storyboard. May storyboard na tayo, meron na tayong design na naisip, and syempre, sa pagpe-present naman ng PowerPoint presentation, dapat prepared din tayo. Actually ako, hindi talaga ako, paano ba? Hindi ako, siguro ito, actually first time ko tong ganito karaming crowd. Parang nasa 300 na yata kayo. Ayun. Nagkaroon ako ng chance na mag-present sa IMUN, sa Asia Youth International Model United Nation. Pero parang ano lang kami dun eh, maunti lang. Iba't iba siyang bansa, pero maunti lang kami. And sa ganito kadaming crowd, parang 'di ba kakabahan ka. Pero dapat i-lessen mo 'yun. Tapos trust the process na kapag magpe-present ka, may matututunan ka doon. So always present, always volunteer kapag magpe-present kasi kapag gano'n napa-practice ka na. And kapag nag-practice ka na, syempre pagaling na 'yun. Wala naman isipin niyo guys, wala namang nagpe-present na pahina, 'di ba? Kuwari nag-present ka ngayon, nag-present ka last year. Yung pababa yung curve mo sa pagpe-present. 'Di ba laging pataas naman yun? So yun ang isipin natin. And every presentation na kinakaharap natin is that may natututunan tayo and always focus sa natututunan rather than dun sa kinakabahan. Ayun, di yan mawawala eh. Yung kaba, yung anxiety na baka mapahiya ako, oh my goodness. Ayun, yun, something like that. And ako, share ko lang, hindi talaga ako into presentation before. Kasi, yun nga, baka mapahiya ako, baka kung ano masabi ko, something like that. Tapos, as in, walang lumalabas sa utak ko na may mental block ako. So, kapag na may mental block kayo, try to think na lang na what you're presenting is that yung alam mo and you want to share yung alam mo. And wala namang wala namang 'di ba kung isipin natin baka ma-judge ako or something like that. Pero 'di ba, ang pagpe-present naman is that yun, you share your knowledge to inform them, to persuade them. Kung hindi man ganun pa kagaling mag-present is that at least you're trying and wala namang nag-start na magaling na talaga. So isipin niyo yun guys, always think na walang magaling na yung pinanganak tapos magaling ka na mag-present. Wala namang gano'n. Lahat nagsimula sa nag-aaral mag-present, nag-aaral magawa ng isipin niyo, nag-start tayo sa storyboard. Wala ka pang PowerPoint presentation. Nag-start ka sa storyboard, wala namang magaling agad gumawa ng storyboard, 'di ba? Pero through the help of online websites, kahit nga sa AI, very na talaga siya, very madali nang gumawa ng storyboard. And sa pagde-design, ayun, kung may background ka na, kagaya kanina, sa intro ni Sir Julius Saala, parang most of the attendees natin, parang talagang magaling ka talaga gumawa ng PowerPoint presentation. So, ayun, hindi naman natin siya, hindi naman kailangan actually i-master eh. Pero feel ko talagang magagaling na ang mga umattend dito kasi ayun, 'di ba? Sino bang hindi magkaka-interest sa PowerPoint presentation na gamit na talaga natin up until today. And kung kakabahan man kayo sa pagpe-present, yung Tago niyo na lang. Hindi, joke lang. Always think the positive side na wala namang mawawala sa inyo. Kung magkamali man kayo, learn from it, move on. Yan, ganon. So, meron tayong mga before, during, and after tips sa ating pagpe-present ng PowerPoint presentation. First is to check your equipment. Check your equipment before. Kasi for example nga, naka-laptop ka, face-to-face presentation. Tapos, walang projector, maraming makikinig. For example, kayo, nasa 300 na yata nga. Tama? 300? Yan, 250. So, 350 pala, sorry. Ayun, 350 na. Oh my goodness. Yung nakikita ko siguro kayo lahat, na ako, na mental block na ako. Charot. Ayun. Check your equipment. Kung 350 audience, mag-adjust ka. Dapat bigger screen, dapat closed yung room para yung light hindi tamaan ng projector. Dapat prepared ka lagi. For example naman, magpe-present ka ng face-to-face, dapat i-assure mo na may may power interruption ba? Kasi kung may power interruption, so wala kang choice. Magpa-proceed ka ng naka-laptop. So, ganon. Dapat always plan ahead. And beforehand, dapat ready ka na. And sa mga equipments din, included din dito yung mga charger kasi baka mamaya magpe-present ka, nakalimutan mo yung charger. So, wala kang power supply. Hindi mo mape-present yung iyong PowerPoint presentation, lalo na kapag hindi ka nag-backup. And also pala, kapag magpe-present ka ng PowerPoint presentation, try to do backups. Kasi, for example, ito, i-save mo yung PowerPoint presentation mo sa laptop mo. Nagkaroon ng technical difficulty, hindi mabuhay yung laptop mo, something like that. Or nag-update, magpe-present ka na. Iba problema natin yan sa laptop Always, decision, parang ganyan. Nag-update siya ng kanya. Tapos, ayun nga, have a backup. I-save mo sa, i-send mo sa kahit sa email mo, isend mo sa kakilala mo, para may backup ka in case na magkaroon ng technical difficulty sa laptop mo. And isa pa is try to convert your PowerPoint presentation sa PDF. Kasi alam naman natin ang PDF, hindi talaga siya na nagagalaw. And ang PowerPoint presentation, never pa ako nakaranas na kapag for example, nag-send ako ng PowerPoint presentation na file, sinend ko sa email, sa messenger, or anong platform, kahit ang platform, or kahit nga sa flash drive sa USB, is that naiiba talaga siya kasi hindi naman tayo same ng mga downloaded na fonts, na styles, something like that. And yun, isave din natin sa mga flash drive sa USB para safe. At hindi tayo, kasi kapag nagkaroon ng technical difficulty sa mga equipment, kahit mismo sa presentation, is that lalo tayong kakabahan. So beforehand, dapat sure na tayo na ready na lahat, ready na wala ka ng nakalimutan na equipment. Kahit yung PowerPoint presentation, yung files, dapat ready na yon. Dapat may backup, laging ganon. So, hindi ka nakakabahan during. Kasi mas nakakakaba kung nakalimutan siya, nakalimutan mo yung charger mo. 20% ka na lang, ang iyong discussion is more than an hour. So, nakakakaba yun. And para maiwasan, to prevent and to avoid, is always check your equipment beforehand. And next is, rehearse your presentation. Ayan, ang importante sa lahat talaga. Na-prepare mo na. Na-prepare mo na yung PowerPoint presentation mo, nangyari na yung storyboard. Di doon nag-e-end Parang dapat pasadahan mo pa ng pasadahan. Kasi kada pasada mo, nalalaman mo kung saan ka may kulang, saan ka may mali, saan mo pwedeng dagdagan. And there's always room for improvement sa kapag kada mapapasadahan mo Alam mo na, ay baka hindi ko pala to sure, hindi ko alam ang sasabihin ko dito. Kung tama ba, ganon. Pwede mo siyang i-check. Pwede mo pa siyang ma-check beforehand. Kesa kapag during na tapos tinanong ka ng boss mo, kapag tinanong ka tapos hindi mo yung presentation itself is hindi mo sa ulo, kakabahan ka na naman kasi doon magme-mental block ka na naman. Kasi hindi mo nga sa ulo ang presentation mo. Ay how much more kapag nagtanong pa siya outside your presentation. So kakabahan na. Doon nagsisimula ang ating mga kaba eh. So pag hindi tayo prepared. So dapat always be prepared, be consistent. Always, yun. Be prepared and be consistent. Ulit natin sinasabi. And next is, prepare yourself. Siyempre, kapag okay na yung equipment, okay na-rehearse mo na beforehand, dapat prepare din yung sarili mo. Dapat presentable ka. Dapat nakahinga ka na hindi ka na isipin mo yung nakahinga na hindi, isipin mo na hindi ka na kakabahan. Hindi mawawala yung kaba, pero wag tayong magpatalo sa kaba. Kasi pag tayo talaga nagpatalo sa kaba is wala talagang, lalong hindi maging successful ang ating presentation. And sa pagpe-present, important yon na confident tayo, naniniwala tayo sa presentation natin. Para hindi tayo ganun mawala sa present. Ayun, prepare yourself. And next is during, while presenting your PowerPoint. During, prepare and practice. Kung iisipin natin, bakit magpe-prepare and practice during na nga? Ito ang output na ng ating pagpe-prepare and practice. Sa pagpe-prepare and practice natin, always isipin natin na ang ating every presentation, yun nga, has the opportunity for growth and improvement. Huwag nating isipin na pag nagkamali tayo, wala na, ayoko na mag-present. Yun. Isipin natin na may chance pa tayo para i-improve. Mas magaling isipin mo after 1 year. Mas magaling ka pa. So, try to present talaga. Always volunteer. Kung alam mo namang kaya mo, so always volunteer. Next is engage your audience. Gusto ko talaga kayong i-kausapin or magtanong, pero hindi ko talaga kayo nakikita. So, ayun, isa siya sa mga disadvantages. Limited lang ang ating audience interaction. So, sa pagpe-present, lalo na sa face-to-face, ask questions, walk kapag nag-represent ka. And wag yung parang wala kang yung parang wala lang sila. Though pwede mo siyang isipin actually kapag nagpe-present ka para hindi ka ganun kabahan kasi kung maraming tao, kung maraming audience, kakabahan ka talaga. Pero try to think na yung parang mapalayo mo lang yung sarili mo sa kaba na yun, mapalayo mo yung kaba mo sa sarili mo at kaya mo siyang pag naiwasan mo na yun, naiwasan mo na yung kaba, or isipin mo, nakakilala mo or kaklose mo yung mga audience mo para makausap mo sila, yung normal conversation. Kasi kapag mas naging, yung mas naging mataas, yung tingin mo sa mga audience mo is mas mataas kaysa sa'yo, baka makain ka nila and makalamon ka ng kaba. So, always engage to your audience. And kung ang audience mo is student, try to be flexible sa kanila. And if professionals, syempre huwag kang magjo-joke kasi baka hindi ganun matanggap yung joke mo kasi nga professionals or formal yung meeting. And ayun, magdedepende ka din talaga sa kung sinong audience mo, target audience. At kagaya nga nung sinabi ko kanina, kung yung sa Jollibee, for example, ikaw ay ang iyong i-preside. Kung ang iyong i-lead, ang iyong inorganize ay isang party na may presentation, syempre that Jolly. Kung about the trend of the business, syempre dapat serious type. At kung lalo na kapag mga public institutions or sa mga colleges natin, dapat we will always engage with our audience kasi dun nga, nagre-result ang boredom. So, sana hindi pa kayo bored. Sana kumain na kayo. Next is, stay focused and clear. And sa pagpe-present is that dapat naka-focus tayo, wala tayong masyadong ginagawa. Actually, wala at all dapat ginagawa kasi dapat nagpe-present ka lang. And ang iniisip mo lang is that yung presentation, dapat clear siya, dapat naiintindihan ng mga tao. Kasi kapag isipin niyo na lang, I think talaga nagre-result lang 'tong sa during sa kaba, eh. Kasi if wala ka namang kaba, kaya mong stay focused and clear sa iyong goal kasi prepared na ang PowerPoint presentation. And sa pagsasalita, siguro ang magbigay ko na lang na tip is that 'wag masyadong mabilis, 'wag masyadong mabagal. Yun naiintindihan ng audience mo. Kasi kung sobrang mabilis, hindi naman siya pagbilis kasi pagganda, 'di ba? Parang dapat talaga naiintindihan. And, sa pagbilis ng pagsasalita natin baka lalong hindi makahabol yung mga nakikinig sa'tin lalo na kapag naka-mic kasi 'di ba may mga sometimes may echo. Kapag naman online, siyempre 'di ba minsan naggi-glitch, nagla-lag. So, try to na hindi naman mabagal, yung sakto lang for the audience. And next is, uh, engaging with your audience. Ito, parang last part na siya. Important din yung magbibigay tayo ng highlight sa engaging with your audience. First is connect with your audience. You can ask questions. Sa mga ganito, maganda din sa pagpe-present, lalo na sa mga government, sa mga private institution, sa mga school, na right after, sorry, na right after is that mag-ask ka ng questions or mag-ask sila ng questions or make quizzes para ma-entertain sila or dapat ma-assure mo at least na may naintindihan sila. Alam ko naman na talagang naintindihan nyo na to kasi professionals na kayo, nagtatrabaho na, some ay students, and gamit na gamit talaga ang presentation sa mga ganitong bagay. And connecting to your audience is one of the main target kung bakit tayo gumawa ng presentation to connect with them. Hindi naman basta lang tayo mag-present, di ba? Parang dapat alam natin na they are with us. Ayun. Next is interactive techniques. Isa na doon sa interactive techniques ang mga quizzes, yung lakad ka, kapag face-to-face, lakad ka, punta ka sa gitna, tapos magtanong ka. Kasi doon maggugulat or something kung sila'y bored na, yung magigising ang diwa nila something. Tapos, pwede ding interactive techniques is sa start, kuwari, kasi di ba pag hapon, nakakaantok na, siguro mga 1, 2 p.m. So, pwede kang before mag-present is that magpa-exercise, something like that. Tapos, kapag after naman, pwedeng mag-Q&A. Not sure kung may Q&A dito, pero I would love to entertain your questions kung meron man. And next is clarity and engagement. Sa pag-engage sa audience mo, sa target audience mo, ayun, dapat assured ka na na-clarify mo lahat, malinaw, kung may tanong, dapat matanong, sa true engagement talaga. Kasi kapag na-engaged ka sa iyong audience, hindi sila mahihiyang mag-approach, hindi sila mahihiyang magtanong afterwards. And ikaw, comfortable ka na mag-present kasi parang, alam mo yun, connected kayo. And if connected kayo, hindi na yun ma-distract, maaalis during your whole presentation. So, dapat talaga connected kayo. At, di ba, parang masakit nga sa mata if makikita mo na parang nabobore sila, tapos sila naman, parang ang sakit sa mata kapag tuloy-tuloy ka lang magsalita, tapos mahina, or super lakas, di ba? Parang destructive siya. So, dapat, kayo connected. Kung calm, dapat straight body yung audience, ganon. So, kapag face-to-face. Pero kapag online, ayun, sana kapag online din, kapag nagko-connect sa audience, wear proper attire. Kasi, ayun, malay nyo, pag open income kayo, tapos kayo ay nakasando or half naked, something like that. Ayun. So important talaga ang pag-e-engage sa audience. So, in general, sa pagtatapos ng ating webinar na ito, sa pag-create ng visually engaging presentation, sana naintindihan nyo kung ano nga ba ang presentation, saan ba siya nagmula, when and where ba siya gagamitin, kung ano ba ang essence ng presentation, at kung ano ba ang ginagawa during presentation para maiwasan natin yung mga disadvantages na pwedeng mag-arise during presenting. And ginagamit naman to informal, formal, kahit saan, kahit saan gamit na gamit natin to. So, very important ng skill na to. Kaya try to uh, paunladin natin yung alam natin sa PowerPoint presentation, sa presenting, kahit pa sa storyboard. Alam ko may mga magagaling dito magsulat, magagaling mag-design. So, continue pursuing what you like. At huwag natin kakalimutan na sa pagpe-present, just be yourself and huwag ka masyadong kakabahan. Ayan. Thank you. That's all po. If you have questions po, I would love to answer po.
So much po for that wonderful and creative presentations, Engineer Janelle S. Alveira. And so thank you so much, ma'am. So we are hoping that the participants have learned new things and discovered new tips and tricks about or on how to create a visually engaging presentation using MS PowerPoint. So I know that each and one of you already have access to MS PowerPoint and other presentation tool. But having the access that we have, we should also have the knowledge on how to create a engaging presentation that will be a great visual sa ating mga manonood or sa ating mga viewers or sa ating mga listeners. So having that great presentations does not only actually create great presentations, but also engage our participants or our listeners to dwell more on our presentation or on our discussion. And having the tips and tricks and also some insights na binigay ng ating resource speakers. So it is really a great presentations having all of those things na na-discuss sa ating ni Ma'am Janelle. So I hope that you've learned new things with this webinar. So, and having that, we will have a question and answer for this this webinar. So I hope if you have questions, you can just use your chat pad, or also I'm going to enable the microphones if you want to open your microphones to have the interaction. This also, your camera is open, so you can also open your cameras if you have questions or clarifications. So if you have questions, please kindly type it in our chat box. If you don't have questions naman, kindly type PPT. If you don't have questions, if all the discussion is clear, yan, we have questions pa, Ma'am Janet. So ano po ang trend ngayon when it comes to presentation slides or tips?
So yun, thank you for the question po. As far as I know, ang trend po natin ngayon is that minimalist and informative. Ang minimalist po natin, kagaya ng present kanina, though very simple lang siya, magagamit natin siya for formal occasion and informal occasions. And informative, by using bar, graphs, pie charts, and any graphs available sa ating PowerPoint presentation, sa ating Microsoft, is pwede natin siyang gamitin. So, with the use of informative designs, very helpful siya para ma-understand ng mga tao. And even up until today, even gamit na gamit talaga siya kahit saan, ah, private institution or government institution. And with a combination of those two, having informative and minimal designs, ma-achieve natin yung goal natin, which is to connect with the audience and have their attention as very simple lang yung ating presentation. Okay po ba? Nasagot po ba?
So, I guess, or I hope that I've answered the questions na let me go back. Ayan, nakamaki mo raw yung link niya. But we hope that Ma'am Janelle answered your questions po. So, also having that yung trends nga po ngayon for the presentations or any designs yung minimalist, it gives the power of simplicity is more or less is more. Okay? So, I guess we have another questions po. Advisable po ba ang gimmicks sa PPT in teaching? And, I am not sure lang po kung ano itong gimmicks. So, maybe we can have a clarified questions for this one. So, we will go back again for this. So, let me check. Another question, ma'am, minimalist po ba ang trend design or may iba pa po?
Ang trend design natin ngayon is that marami naman siya actually. Hindi siya stick to one lang. Kasi iba-iba naman, depende naman kasi yun sa purpose natin. If we are presenting nga sa formal gathering, we can proceed sa isang minimalist lang and not including many things like words, letters, pictures, videos, ganun. Sa isang slide Pero, but if you are going to make that, as I said earlier, na structured, you can put everything, kahit video, pictures, basta minimal and may white space. Ayan. A-apply natin doon yung white spaces.
Thank you so much po for that, ma'am. So, another
Ayun,
questions
yung next, sorry sir, may nabasa
Sure.
lang po ako na
Sure po.
from Dembemscat, Debesmscat, Rainier Oliva. Ma'am Janelle, may time po ba na pinagalitan ka sa presentation mo? At bakit ganon? Syempre, sa simula natin, hindi naman napagalitan kasi parang too much naman yung napagalitan. Pero 'di ba, hindi naman nga nag-start tayong lahat sa magaling. Though may room for improvement, always see that na lang sa presentation mo. Kung napagsabihan ka man, or siguro, wag kang mag-incorporate lang ng mga rude photos or videos or hindi connected sa topic mo. Kasi hindi naman sila magagalit kung ang topic mo is yung hindi ka naman, yung, kasi every presentation is well prepared and structured and may storyboard ka beforehand. So, kung hindi naman siya rude, parang overgeneralizing naman yung napagalitan. So, hindi naman napagalitan but there's always room for improvement. Yan.
So, for improvement. Thank you so much for that, ma'am. So, we have just another questions po here. So, about presentation creation, since AI is a trend, okay lang ba kahit sa AI ka na mag-create or build presentation or mas maganda on your own?
With regards to AI, actually before, nakagamit na ako ng AI. Siya ay isang urgent presentation naman, hindi siya sinabi beforehand. So, wala akong choice. Meron din siyang available website nga ng AI, which is very helpful. But still, I suggest na gumawa pa rin tayo ng sarili natin and be careful and be reasonable be responsible sa paggamit ng AI. Kasi kahit ang AI has its own limitations and hindi naman natin pwedeng i-depend palagi ang ating presentation sa AI. Because kagaya nga ng nasabi ko kanina, kahit meron na tayong presentation, need pa din na tayo ay prepared na magpe-present. And if AI ang gumawa, syempre hindi mo na siya ganun papasadahan. Hindi mo alam yung flow kasi AI nga yung gumawa. Pero maganda siya, maganda ang AI. Be responsible in using lang.
So much for that. So just for additions, uh, it is great to have, it is really great to have the artificial intelligence talaga. But always remember that AI is a tool. So as I always said on the past engagement, that AI is a tool. So we should have a responsible usage for that. So you can use AI to generate new ideas on your presentations and gain new topics or design ideas, but do not use solely the generative AI outputs on your presentation. So, minsan kasi may connotations na pag sinabing AI, siya na yung final output. But if you're going to think more critically or if you're going to use your consciousness as an individual, so AI is not actually the final output for our presentations, but it is a tool that we can use to create a more engaging and creative presentation. So, thank you so much po for that question. So another question is, what simple tip can you give to make an engaging and meaningful presentation po?
Sorry po, can you repeat? Medyo...
From Sir Raymar Lastimoso po, what simple tip can you give to make an engaging and meaningful presentation?
Yun. To make an engaging presentation, ayun yung diniscuss natin, di ba? Guys, yun, make sure, ang tip talaga is to make sure na minimal lang, don't overcrowd, be consistent sa colors, kung may logo, just focus on the color, and wag nating gawing ando na lahat sa isang slide, kasi only slides naman siya. Ayan.
Okay, thank you so much for that. So maybe we can entertain. Ayun. Going back sa questions kanina ma'am, yung is it recommended po ba to use GIF images or yung GIF images on the presentations?
With regards to GIF, is before, when I was in college, I make sure talaga na gumagamit ako ng GIF sa presentation kasi ano siya, hindi naman siya formal presentation. Unlike sa ating work na need ng formal, minimal lang, and just naka-incorporate lang yung ating logo, yung ating gustong sabihin, I mean yung topic, ganun lang, and then discuss. Pero I am not recommending na maglagay ng GIF if formal gathering tapos sa work. So, i-lessen na lang natin siya and try to avoid na din. Kasi magmumukha siyang informal setting.
Okay po. So another questions ma'am. So I'm just going to summarize some of the questions. So how many fonts and colors po must be included on the presentations?
With regards to the font naman, try to use only 2 to 3. Kasi yung 2 to 3 naman na yun is included na doon yung sa title, yung 'di ba isa title sa heading tapos sa subheadings. So paulit-ulit lang naman siya. Wala namang ibang na-incorporate na fonts. I mean na other topics besides dun sa title, sa heading, sa subheading. So try lang na 2 to 3 and also include, sometimes nga isa lang talaga eh. Kasi ang ginagawa is pinapalitan lang yung ating kung bold, extra bold, kung naka-italics, so yun. Doon na lang tayo mag-depend para magmukha lalong formal ang ating presentation.
Yes. So thank you so much for that ma'am. So that's a great inputs na talagang you should only use 2 to 3 fonts and also stick to the colors ng inyong mismong company or yung branding. So as per the discussions ka po earlier, we should stick on the branding of for our presentations. So katulad yan ng presentations ni Engineer Janelle earlier. So since she's representing yung Fatboy Creatives, so if I'm not mistaken, the Fatboy Creatives branding color is yellow and blue. Tama po ba? Yellow, blue, or orange?
Yes po, yes.
Yes, the yellow, blue, or orange. Umiikot lang yung presentations dun sa tatlong color na yun because uh, it maintains the branding of the organizations. And also, if you're doing a presentation on a specific topic, for example, for environment, so ano pa yung specific color na umiikot dun sa environment? So we should use the green, dark green, white, so anything or brown. So anything that revolves on our topic, that's the color that we should use to maintain the branding for our presentations. And that's what we are also talking for this multimedia arts na dinidiscuss namin. So last December, so we had a discussion about branding and identity with Sir Dave Valenton. So if you can go back to our live sessions on Mimaropa, so you will see the importance of branding and identity on our presentations and also on our designs. So, okay. Ayan, so I think meron tayo dito mga questions from Chang. So, hi ma'am, I'm REE/RME din po. And regarding sa field natin, so sa construction daw si Chang. So how can we maximize using presentation in a way na professional siya at the same time visually appealing po?
So, hello po. May REE po pala dito. So, ang ginagawa ko po kapag ako ay nagkakaroon ng presentation with regards to sa pagpe-present ng with regards to electrical engineering is that I only incorporate yung mga pictures na connected sa ating field. For example, mga ano ba? Mga light. Pag nag-incorporate na tayo ng mga clip art na mga ganon is that hindi na yung clip art na kagaya ng in-insert ko kanina dun sa presentation. Once na may ganun ka ng clip art, tapos may consistent branding ka, and nalagay mo yung mga, for example, single line diagrams, yung mga background ng CAD, yung ganun. And ang nagfo-focus naman tayo sa mga single line diagram. So, pag nagkaroon tayo ng lines, actually, yun na yung nagpapa-formal sa ating, sa ating presentation, yung mga lines na available naman sa online platforms.
Ayan, thank you so much po for that, Ma'am Janelle. So we hope Chang your questions has been answered by Ma'am. So maybe we can have this, how many questions? So we have siguro 3 questions apo. So for the next question po, do you encourage use of Canva? So there's a template that makes the work easy and fast.
Canva. Actually, dahil na busy ako for siguro talagang 1 year, walang mintis na busy talaga. Nag-trend nga siya yung Canvas. So hindi ko pa siya na-try, but I prefer sa pag-e-edit sa Photoshop kasi flexible doon. Pero kung ano pa naman, kung nag-start pa lang, I think maganda talaga yung Canva kasi pwede siya sa phone as far as I know. And yun, handy siya. Tapos ang alam ko, nandun na nga din, like PowerPoint presentation, pwede ka na nga din magawa din ng presentations, may mga templates. And i-less na lang din natin yung paggamit siguro ng templates na mga templates kasi we can design naman on our own kasi nga besides na paggagawa natin ng mga storyboards as a multimedia part of the multimedia group, sinasuggest pa rin natin and tinatry pa rin natin na gumawa ng sariling atin. Ayun.
Thank you so much for that inputs, Ma'am Janelle. So just some additions for that question. So just like the AI, so Canva is also a tool. So if there's some templates, so that you're going to use. So it is recommended to use those templates for yun nga, spontaneous events na biglaan na or yung mga presentations na kailangan natin makagawa agad. But if we're going to talk about the creativity and also if you are a multimedia arts enthusiast, so we should stick on engaging or having our creativity on doing the presentation. So if you are not that creative, so try to think more critically and engage more critical thinking. So we are all born creative naman. So we just need to ponder our minds and thinking to create a more visually appealing presentations. And yun nga, having the presentations ni Ma'am Janelle kanina, so nakita naman natin kung ano yung mga things na kailangan natin gawin or pwede nating ilagay sa mga presentations na gagawin natin. So maybe there's some tools na makagawa agad tayo ng presentations, may mga designs na. But it is recommended for those may bigla ang gawain. But if you're going to talk about yung mga presentations na gagawin talaga natin isa-isa, so we recommend those. Try to use your creative sides. So iba pa rin kasi yung feeling na gawa natin mismo yung mga designs natin based on our own creativity. So also po, so siguro we can have one questions. So let me just find some questions po. So I guess all of your questions has been answered, even medyo magkakaiba structure, but the questions has been answered earlier. So maybe ito na lang ma'am, for the last questions, what are some strategies for keeping the audience interested and involved throughout the presentation?
Throughout the presentation, hindi natin talaga maiiwasan na may mga mabobore or hindi talaga interested sa ating topic. So, make sure first is yung audience mo is interested dun sa topic. Kasi kung hindi naman, wala ka na talagang magagawa. Nagawa mo na yung part mo, so stick to that. And kapag naman interested yung mga tao, by using yun nga, be consistent sa paggagawa ng design kasi and try to use if informal, try to use GIFs para ma-attract mo yung attention nila. And do question and answer even during the presentation kasi doon mo malalaman if nakikinig ba sila. And after naman, do some asking kung ano ba ang input nila, anong insights nila dun sa nangyaring presentation. Ayun po.
So much for that. So we hope that we answered your questions and your insights or clarifications about these webinars. So some of the questions, there's actually a lot of questions right now. So it's actually great to see your questions for our discussions. So but some of those have been answered, so we cannot accommodate all of them. So, but nonetheless, thank you so much for your questions. So again, for the gist of these discussions, we are since we are also a multimedia arts association, so we are requesting everyone or encouraging everyone that to use your own presentations or to create your own presentations to ignite your creativity as an individual. So the same goes with the discussions that we have earlier with Ma'am Janelle. So it is great to have those things that we ignite our creativity as an individual. So with that, having that, thank you so much for your questions. And for the awarding of certificate, for our resource speaker this morning, let me first read the citation for that. So, Certificate of Appreciation is hereby awarded to for sharing their knowledge and expertise as resource speaker in the conduct of Creativity 101 webinar of Multimedia Arts Association of the Philippines, Mimaropa chapter, with the topic Creating a Visually Engaging Presentation using MS PowerPoint on June 26, 2024, given this 26th day of June 2024 via Zoom and Facebook Live, and by yours truly and Dr. Elizalde J. Duran, MIT, FRIIT, the National President of MAAP Incorporated. So again, this webinar is in collaboration with the ICT Oriental Mindoro and Instal Marketing Corporation. So the Certificate of Appreciation is hereby awarded to Engineer Janelle S. Alveira. So thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much po again, and to
Ayan.
MAAP, Sir Julius. Thank you po.
Thank you,
Fatboy,
ma'am.
thank you po.
Also, thank you so much also for Pathway Creatives for the collaboration for this session. So, but before that, ma'am, let's have a photo opportunity po. So, eyes po on the camera. I'm going to take a screenshot in 3, 2, 1. So, another one po, 3, 2, 1. Ayan. Thank you so much, ma'am. And for our participants, so we are requesting to open your camera for us to have a photo opportunity together with our resource speaker. Okay, so please open your cameras po. Okay. So we have 8 slides here. So let's just wait for a few seconds for others to open their cameras. Okay. So please eyes on your camera po. And smile po in 3, 2, 1. Another one po, 3, 2, 1. Smile po sa camera, 3, 2, 1. Okay, another slide po. Smile po tayo, 1, 2, 3. Another one. Okay, smile po. Medyo madami tayo ngayon. Okay. So wait a second. Ay. Ayan. Okay. So you can turn off your cameras po, and thank you so much po for your active participation and engagement in our discussion this morning. So let me share my screen for this one. So going back, so again, thank you so much po, Ma'am Janelle, for that presentation. And again, we are inviting everyone to follow us on our Facebook page and also on our LinkedIn. Just search MAAP Mimaropa, or on LinkedIn, Multimedia Arts Association of the Philippines, Mimaropa. And also, please follow our Facebook page of DICT Oriental Mindoro, DICT Mimaropa. So please tune in to our upcoming webinars. So actually, we just posted a new webinar for this coming June 29 to 30. So please kindly check our Facebook page for you to join and participate on our upcoming trainings and sessions on MAAP Mimaropa and DICT Oriental Mindoro. So again, thank you so much for our active participations, and also thank you so much again, Ma'am Janelle, Sir Dave Baliton, and the MAAP Mimaropa officers and members. Thank you so much po, and see you on our next discussions. So going back, so we do have a webinar for Photoshop and Premiere. So we already had a webinar for last month for the Photoshop and Premiere. So you can just go back to our Facebook page, MAAP Mimaropa, and check the recordings for that specific discussion. Again, this is MAAP Mimaropa, and see you again for our next webinar. And so for you to have your e-certificate, so this is the evaluation form that you can see on the screen. So please kindly have the evaluation form for you to receive your e-certificate. So this evaluation form will serve as your attendance and evaluation for this session. But before that, inviting everyone for those who are residing at Mimaropa region. So if you are a creative enthusiast or if you want to join the Multimedia Arts Association, so you can just kindly scan the QR code or go to the link bit.ly/maap/Mimaropa membership. So for you to join the Maap Mimaropa or Maap Mimaropa chapter. So with that, this is the evaluation form po. So please kindly have your evaluation and have a great day, everyone.